I'm going to show you 5 simple ways to make her respect you so that you don't end up getting tooled by your girlfriend, or any girl for that matter. Because let's be honest, if you give girls an inch, they're going to take a fucking mile. So all that and more coming up next. This is Jen with SeductionUnleashed.com, help you unleash your best with women and beyond. And if it's your first time to this channel and you're interested in dating, relationships, self-improvement, and motivational content, start now by hitting that subscribe and bell notification button so you can join that Unleashed notification game, bro, so you don't miss anything. So with that being said, gentlemen, let us begin. Number 1, have good fucking eye contact. Listen up, if you're trying to check a girl and you have weak fucking eye contact, it's gonna be a bad time. Have you ever seen animals in the wild? Right before they're about to pounce on each other, what do you see them doing? You just see them looking at each other, staring. In fact, there are animals who psych out other animals who could technically eat them just through staring those motherfuckers down. Like, what the fuck you about to do? Motherfucker, I wish you would. Now, I'm not telling you to do that to your girlfriend, obviously, or any girl for that matter. But the point is, say if a girl is acting up or she's throwing a tantrum, if you're just giving her weak eye contact, or you're looking down, or you're afraid to really look at her and face the beast, she's gonna feel that and she's gonna take even more advantage of you. Many girls do shit with certain guys that they would never do with other guys that they were attracted to because they know they wouldn't take that shit. So don't be the former dude. Number 2, project your voice in a masculine tone, especially when it comes to ending your sentences on a low tone. If I had a plan and we were gonna go do a heist at a bank and I went up to you and I said, okay guys, here's what we're gonna do, how would you feel? You might feel like some serious shit's about to go down. Now imagine if instead I came in like, okay guys, here's what we're gonna do. You probably wouldn't be as convinced. When we're seeking other people's reactions and we're not outcome independent, we tend to raise our pitch at the end of our sentences. So if you don't give a fuck, you're just gonna be like, I don't give a fuck. If you care, you're gonna be like, what's wrong, baby? So always watch your tone. If you need to gain her respect, you need to always have that neutral mode where your voice can be like this and you can talk to the girl in a very authoritative manner where it doesn't sound like you're angry, but at the same time it sounds completely cold, like you could leave at any point and it would mean absolutely nothing to you. Number three, when you're joking, don't wait for her approval or her laughter. This is a big one. This is one of those subtle little things that you can do that will shoot yourself in the foot, that will immediately let a girl know that, oh, like, I got this motherfucker. He's not in this frame of not giving a fuck. You may think you're being really smooth and maybe you're saying jokes, but if you have those little moments where you say a joke and you just kind of glance over and you see her reaction first, that shit is bad. She notices that. She's gonna see that you're relying on her reactions to your joke. The last thing that you ever want to show a female is that you can let her affect your fucking mood. That you can say something awesome and be like, haha, isn't that funny? Right, babe? None of that shit. Don't ever fucking do that shit. Take all the haha, right, babes, you ever said in your entire life, if you've ever said it, ball it up into a napkin and fucking throw that shit and let Mutombo swat that motherfucker to oblivion, to the fucking shadow realm. Like, there's actually a show on YouTube. It's called Roast Me. It's a pretty funny ass show where dudes are just in a classroom, you know, cutting jokes on each other. And one of the funniest dudes is a guy who says a lot of random crazy ass shit. And sometimes he hits, and when he hits, it's really hard. And sometimes when he does it, it doesn't. But if you notice one thing, every time he says a joke, he's always laughing at his own joke. The guy doesn't give a fuck. And it's hilarious. This is how you gotta be. Everything you say, if it's funny to you, guess what? Hey, it's funny. That's it. You don't need any female's approval on you being awesome. You're awesome. You're funny. You're hilarious. Hey, if you found it funny, it's got to have some humor aspect to it. You always need to act like you're coming from the frame of awesome. If she doesn't laugh, you're looking at her like, well, what the fuck is your problem? That shit was funny. Are you just not a funny person or something? I mean, it's okay if you have no sense of humor. Yeah. Number 4, display the ability to date and socialize with beautiful girls. Listen, have you ever noticed that with a beautiful girl, say if a lot of guys are around her, that doesn't necessarily really affect how you're attracted to her. If you see a pretty girl, she's just a pretty girl and you want her regardless. Other guys wanting her, it doesn't really affect anything. But with girls don't, they don't size us up the way we do. You know what I mean? If a girl sees you and say you're just a regular guy in fucking sandals and a ketchup stained white tee, but you're walking down the street with a bunch of sexy girls, guess what? Every female's gonna be looking like, what the fuck does that guy have what's going on here. Women are inherently attracted to men that can fuck a lot of girls. We have millions of sperm. That's our power. If you don't display that ability, it's going to immediately make her lessen her respect for you, even if she doesn't say it. If you are not a pimp and she knows you aren't a pimp and she knows you're in scarcity, she's gonna abuse that shit. She needs to feel like that anytime you can replace her. Like, you can be like, wait, what? You dropped the dishes, I'm out. That's how she gotta feel. Maybe not exactly like that, but that's generally how she needs to feel. She needs to feel on edge, because you have to understand, girls, they're the receivers. They're so used to receiving, and that's inherently their role. But what happens to a human when all they do is receive and they never work for something? Is that the kind of person who has a strong character typically? Fuck no. Humans, male, female, doesn't matter. Nothing will get a girl's respect faster than another beautiful girl around you. Period. This is honestly the most important step if you want to be completely honest. There's a reason why guys say shit like, you know, I wasn't getting this girl's attention until suddenly I had a girlfriend, and then suddenly this girl who wasn't into me now suddenly, you know, was throwing hits at me. That shit is not a coincidence. Think about it. Number 5, don't accept the fucking female card, man. Playing victim, or better yet, crying. In fact, those two things, they're like intertwined together. They're one and the same. It's just that first you're gonna get playing victim, and then if you go too far, you're gonna eventually get crying. That's what girls do. Girls, they're not like guys. Their evil isn't gonna come in the form of fuck yous and punches to the face. It's not gonna come in an aggressive mode. Don't think for a second that we do not live in a reality with a sun and a moon and a happiness and a fucking darkness and a good and the evil, and it's in all of us. So guess what? That evil is also in a female. The difference is, for a female, it's not gonna come out in an aggressive form. It's gonna come out in manipulation. It's gonna come in their favorite form of manipulation, which is crying. Haven't you ever seen talk shows, and I know it's TV and not all of it's real, but haven't you ever seen talk shows where girls, they get caught cheating, and what do? They'll start crying, or they'll start blaming the fucking dude. How are you crying if you just got caught? It doesn't make no sense. If you got caught cheating, are you gonna be like crying? No, you're not gonna fucking cry. If anything, there's more of a chance of you spazzing out like, no, it wasn't fucking me, or freaking the fuck out like a dude would. But a chick doesn't do that. They just cry. And dudes, it's our biggest weakness, because we fall for this shit. My first girlfriend cried like a motherfucker, and I was 14, and the first couple times I wasn't ready for it. I would just be like, you know, oh baby, it's gonna be okay. Again, I've said this before, I'll say this shit again. It drove me fucking crazy. Over time, I just learned that it didn't mean shit to her. Crying to her was like breathing. It was like being a fucking fish in the ocean. Like, it doesn't mean shit to them. If a girl does something wrong, or if she starts an argument and then you put her in check and then now she's crying, or just being like, oh, why are you getting so mad? Those are all fucking manipulation tactics. Do not fall for it. Don't get angry. Just call it out for what it is and tell her that you're gonna give her some space to cool off and you just need some time apart. Do it with complete neutrality and you will be good. Once a girl sees that you have lines that you won't let her cross, her respect is instantly dramatically tenfold. The frustrating part is that with women, their emotions are always gonna spike up and down, so you need to constantly be ready to check shit all the fucking time. But with these 5 tools, you'll be better equipped to do so. So if you enjoyed that kick-ass video and you want to see more on dating, relationships, self-improvement, and motivational content, start now by hitting that button right there so you can join that Unleash notification gang, bro, so you don't miss anything. So with that being said, gentlemen, unleash your best, and remember, until next time, confidence is bred by competence. Peace.